So we start with the session. This is the first session in pricing in general insurance. So to give a small background to this entire session, so since this being a first session on pricing in general insurance, so we are basically talking about the basics of pricing in GI, the factors that we consider, the data that we consider, whatever the considerations that we take into mind while we starting to price a product. It can be any product in general insurance. It can be as we go along the presentation, we talk about different types of products. What are the characteristics that we need to see about that product before we start with the pricing exercise? So the basic agenda of the presentation is the introduction about this pricing as a concept, the basic terminologies that we used in the pricing, the basic and the initial analysis that we do before basically once we have started the pricing exercise. Other than the objective analysis, we do certain subjective considerations also. Methodologies, so there are like multiple methodologies to price a given product. So we look at various methodologies, and using couple of those methodologies, we'll do the uh, do one of the calculation of the premium in the working example. And after we have done with the exercise, we'll look at the concluding remarks, like what are the other considerations and the final consideration that we need to see before rolling out the price to the company. First of all, premium. Now, the basic thing is premium is something that we are going to charge as a part of this exercise. So premium is basically the amount that is being charged by an insurance company from the policyholder to cover the underlying risk. Now, the premium that should be charged to the customer should be enough to cover the expected claim cost. That means whatever the claim that we are expecting to arise on the group of policies, the total premium should be able to cover up that entire claim cost. It should be enough to, along with the claim cost, it should be enough to cover up the expenses of the insurer. It should be enough to cover the profit margin, since insurance companies are basically the commercial entities who are solely in the business of insurance for the purpose to earn profit. So there is always an element of profit margin to it. The insurance companies do try to mitigate their own risk by buying reinsurance. And when we so as an insurance company, the way we charge premium to the direct customer, the similar way the reinsurance companies charge premium to the from the insurance companies. So from the reinsurance, so there is a reinsurance cost to the company, which obviously has to be covered by the premium. And it's the premium is received in India. The premium is received at the before the start of the risk, and the claim is paid whenever during a policy period whenever it arises. So since there is generally a time gap between the when we receive the premium and when the claim is actually paid, so for that period, the amount, the premium that is being received by the company is basically invested over a period of time, and we generate the investment income, and as a part of the pricing exercise, we try to give that benefit of investment income back to the customer also. So these are the five major components of the premium that we uh, charge to the customer. And normally on a equation basis, we say then normally we say that the premium should be equal to sum of the first four minus investment income, the fifth one. Right? It has to be the equation has to be balanced. Moving further, now before starting pricing any product, the very basic is always like we need to understand what kind of product we are going to price. What are the features of that product? What is the underlying risk that we are going to uh, we are going to rate. So for that, so this slide talks about all the general insurance products. Basically, when we look at all the, so in terms of products, basic products, there might be more than 200, 300 products lying in the insurance market today in Indian market. But when if we try to segregate all those products, so they can be actually segregated basis four headings. One is the liability products. For example, employer's liability, not a third party liability. So these are a couple of examples under liability line of business. there can be property damage, it can be motor own damage product, it can be damage to buildings and contents, which we say the property insurance or the fire insurance. Third can be the financial loss, which is a business interruption cover. For example, if there is a fire in a factory and because of that fire the factory is not able to operate, so there are two losses to the owner of the factory. One is the loss to the uh, loss to the property, which as an insurance company will pay for it. And since there has been fire, there has been damage to the building or the machinery. Because of that, the owner is not able to do any further business. So there is a business interruption, which leads down to the loss on the loss of revenue and the profit for the owners. So financial loss, in financial loss, we cover the business interruption cover, wherein we take care of the loss of profit for the owner of the particular property. The last is the fixed benefits. For example, the personal accident insurance. Now, all the products which are available in the market would fall in any of these categories, or maybe a combination of any of these two or three of them. For example, your motor vehicle policy, it's basically a combination of your liability and property damage. It combines your motor own damage as well as motor third party liability. So section A of the policy will talk about motor own damage, that is covering any damage that may happen to your own vehicle in case of an accident. And the section B talks about the motor third party liability, the liability that might arise if the owner of the vehicle while driving hits some third party and some like that. So these are the basic types of general insurance products. And now look, so since the products are classified differently, so there is a reason that why we have divided the products into various different types. So the reason are more from the claims point of view, that how the claims arise in these different lines of business, how they get reported, how they get settled, how they may get reopened, right? So we'll discuss about these claim characteristics in a bit. Uh, any question in this slide about the types of general insurance products?
Ananya, this side. I
Yeah,
have a
Ananya.
question with respect to the products in general insurance. I think
Mhm.
I read it somewhere that there is some kind of an unemployment insurance as well that comes under general insurance.
Yeah.
Is there any such kind of product also which policyholders would like to take into consideration, considering obviously the current scenario as COVID and many of the job seekers are also laid off.
Mhm.
um, Many workers are also getting laid off. So do you think that this kind of product is also something which can have an impact now in the general insurance sector?
Uh, yes, so it's a good question, Ananya. So I will just tell you about this product. The loss of unemployment, typically we call it as loss of job product
Mm-hmm.
in the market. Now, technically speaking, this product is not a standalone product available in the market. So this product will always be available as a rider to your mortgage, as an add-on to your mortgage insurance, right? So, for example, if you have taken a loan on your home, right?
Mm-hmm.
If after now, so you might, so the banker, like your lender, Ananya, you can put your mic on hold sometime, on mute for some time. Yeah. So your lender is more interested in recovering his capital. Right now, the risk there is, there can be multiple risks. There can be, so normally, if you take a loan, the bank people generally insist you to buy insurance also from them. It would cover life insurance. It would cover, they will try to send you insurance of your house. They will try to sell you health insurance. They will try to sell you personal accident insurance. Now there is, so these products which are available in the market are normally linking to the mortgage. Like for example, say any product, let's say randomly we name it as loan secure policy, right? The main purpose is to, the underlying thing is to secure the loan of the basically the customer. Along now, the underlying risk can be personal accident, it can be critical illness, right? So which may lead to the death of the policyholder, and then it might be difficult for the bank or the financial institution to recover the dues. The ultimate thing is, yes, they can sell the property and recover, but there is a long process. Along with these policies, generally the insurance companies offer the add-on covers like loss of job. In loss of job, they basically what they try to cover is they try to cover that due to some unforeseen circumstances, maybe let's say COVID-19 now, if you get unemployed, so the insurance company will take care of the EMIs of your particular loan. That may be like 3 EMIs or 6 EMIs, but the risk is limited within a policy period. So yes, unemployment insurance is there, but not as a standalone product, but yes, as an add-on to the loan-linked products. Does it answer your question, Ananya?
Yes, it does. So basically, mainly it just covers the unemployment bit only for a certain period of time till the policyholder does not find another job for themselves, right?
Right, right. Till the time it doesn't find another job, or 3 or 6 months, depending upon the policy to policy.
Okay, then. Thank you. Yeah.
Anyone else? Any question in these types of products? Any particular product anyone would like to talk?
This business interruption cover the COVID-19 one, like you said, the factories now because of COVID-19, all the factories are closed. So will that part is also covered?
No. So this is actually the biggest point of discussion in the insurance market today. The policies which have been issued in India regarding to the business interruption cover, they are actually all linked to the fire insurance. So there has to so the business interruption cover policies in India. So what they are saying is that if there is a business interruption due to the fire loss, then only BI cover gets activated. Otherwise, in terms of this COVID or any other thing, the BI cover cannot be involved. Yes, so there have been certain cases in the international market wherein I think there was one judgment that came recently in Paris, wherein a restaurant chain has claimed on the insurance company that because of COVID-19, I'm not able to open my restaurant, and then there is a loss of revenue and profit. So the courts in Paris have given the judgment in favor of the restaurant owner, though obviously the insurance company is going to appeal against that. But as far as India is concerned, so we are very clear that the BI for BI to be involved, there has to be some fire damage. So COVID-19 or because of that is not really covered in India.
Health insurance will fall into which category? Will it fall into fixed benefits category?
It would more into financial loss and fixed benefits, because technically in health insurance we pay for the hospitalization expenses, right? There is no damage to the property, there is no liability on anyone else. So it would be the financial loss, the loss that you have to incur because of the hospitalization bills. Why I said because of in fixed benefit also, because there are certain elements of health insurance like critical illness insurance, where we pay the fixed amount on the when the policyholder contracts with any of the critical illness. So it can fall into financial loss or fixed benefit or a combination of these.